Hi, and welcome to the lesson on verb tenses. What are verb tenses? The tense of a verb indicates when the action of the verb takes place. It's either at the present time, in the past, or in the future. In the English language, there are 6 main tenses. We have present, past, and future, present perfect, past perfect, future perfect. Examples of these: in present, I eat; past, I ate; future, I will eat. And in the perfect, we have present perfect, I have eaten; past perfect, I had eaten; future perfect, I will have eaten. Before we can talk about verb tenses, we have to talk about the principal parts. Principal parts of a verb are forms we need to know in order to form all the different tenses. We have the infinitive, past tense, and past participle, and these forms are either regular or irregular. Regular verbs form their past tense and their past participle by adding a T, a D, or an ED to the verb form. The infinitive, which is the form of the verb, to watch, its past tense is watched. Past participle would also be watched. Another example, to laugh. In the past tense, laughed, and past participle is laughed. To burn, in the past tense would be burned or burnt, and past participle would also use burned or burnt. Those are regular verbs. They have predictable endings. Irregular verbs have unpredictable parts. These words are the ones that we hear and we learn in our lives as we grow up. The infinitive verb to be in the past tense is was, in the past participle is been. In to sing, the past tense is sang, and the past participle is sung. And then to drink, the past tense is drank, and the past participle is drunk. And you'll notice that these have irregular, unpredictable parts in the past tense. Let's talk about present tense. Present tense indicates that the action is going on at the present time or that it occurs habitually. There are 3 forms of the present tense. We have simple present, present progressive, and present emphatic. Examples of these: in simple present, she watches the Saints game. She is the subject, watches is the verb. And throughout these examples, I will be conjugating watches. Present progressive, she is watching the Saints game. You'll notice that watches is changed to is watching because it's happening regularly. And then we have present emphatic. She does watch the Saints game. Past tense is used to express action that occurred previously, some time before the present. There are 4 forms of past tense: simple past, past progressive, past emphatic, and present perfect. Here are some examples. For the simple past, she watched the Saints game. Watched is a regular verb, and you'll notice there's the ED ending. She watched the Saints game. For past progressive, she was watching the Saints game. Past emphatic, she did watch the Saints game. And present perfect, she has watched the Saints game. Past perfect tense is used to express an action completed in the past before some other specific action that occurred in the past. And here in this example sentence, you'll notice that 2 things are happening or have happened. She had watched the Saints game before she started laundry. Both actions happened in the past, but the first part of that sentence, she had watched the Saints game, happened first. So that is past perfect. Future tense is used to describe an action which will take place in the time to come, the future. Future tense uses the word will or shall in a verb phrase plus the main verb form. So for our example sentence, she will watch the Saints game. Future perfect is used to describe action which will have happened before another action in the future. Future perfect uses will have or shall have in a verb phrase plus the past participle of the verb. We learned about the past participle of the verbs in the previous slides. So for the example sentence, she will have watched the Saints game before she starts laundry. The English language also has progressive terms that you use progressive tenses to indicate continued action. In this chart, you'll notice that there's present progressive, past progressive, and future progressive. She is watching, she was watching, she will be watching. And there's present perfect progressive, past perfect progressive, and future perfect progressive. She has been watching, she had been watching, she will have been watching. And this concludes our lesson on verb tenses.